Happy Friday, readers. Today in Reading Workshop, you're going to need your pencil and your reading notebook. When you have your reading notebook, go ahead and open it up to the page that we worked on for Thursday, which was how to write a good summary. We are going to be adding on to this lesson. We're not going to be gluing in a new teach page today. So we're going to talk about what we did on Thursday and then how we're going to show an example. So yesterday we talked about what makes a good summary, and a summary is only going to include information from the book. So within a summary, we do not add our own opinion or our own thinking or explanation of why we think the author provided certain details about characters or any problem and solution that is being discussed. This is strictly what is already in the story. When we tell a good summary, we use the acronym or the acronym letters for somebody, wanted, but, so, then. Yesterday, you were asked to listen to a read aloud picture book and fill out a sticky note. We also provided an example of somebody wanted, but, so, then regarding our story of the Tiger Rising. So the somebody for our summary is who is the main character. The wanted is what did the character want. The but is what was the problem. The so is how did the character try to solve the problem. And then the then is what was the solution to the problem. So today we're going to write a summary based off of another picture book that we read together at the beginning of the school year called A Bad Case of the Stripes. So we're going to turn our page. We're going to label this as page 48. We're going to then turn back to our table of contents. And we're going to write summary example. And then write today's date, which is 10-16-20. Then turn back to where we just labeled as page 48. And when we talk about a summary, we need to remember that we are trying to focus on the main character. What did that character want? What was the problem the character faced throughout the story? And then how did the character change by coming up with a solution to that problem? So at the top of our page, we're going to write summary example. And then we're going to skip a line, and then we're going to write the title of our book. So we're going to write A Bad Case of the Stripes. And we're going to underline it. So remember, when we talk about a summary, we're talking about the somebody, wanted, but, so, oops, this is right. So, then, and then finally. The finally is something we're going to add at the end. The somebody wanted, but, so, then, and then finally is going to be added this time to show if we had multiple attempts at a solution. So that's an S. Mrs. Ling just started writing the T first. All right, so we're going to go ahead and write this example. Remember, it is going to be written as if we're writing a paragraph because a summary needs to have specific information found within the text. So we're going to start by indenting, and we're going to start by saying, in this book, comma, and then we name our character. So Camilla was the name of the character. And I'm going to put in parentheses how I am going to be making sure I follow this acronym. So the Camilla is the somebody. When you write your own in the future, you're not going to write what's in the parentheses. This is just us being able to show this as an example. Comma, wanted, because I said the word wanted, we know that that's following the wanted part of the summary. Nothing more than to fit in with everybody else. Period. So this is our first sentence. We introduce the character, the somebody, and what did the character want? She wanted to fit in with those people that are around her. And then we can go ahead and continue writing. She had a problem, comma, she liked lima beans, which everybody, or everyone, let's write everyone, thought was weird. So we're moving from the somebody wanted. What we just included was the but portion. So we're going to write but only in parentheses. We don't necessarily have to use this word because we have the idea in here. So she had a problem, that's the but. She liked lima beans, which everybody thought was weird. The next part, we're going to have the next word, so somebody wanted but so. This time I'm going to actually use the word within my sentence. So we're going to put this in parentheses as a reminder that that's the part of our summary we're covering. So she decided to stop eating them so she could be sure to fit in, period. The next part we're going to is from the so to the then. So we're coming up with some possible solutions. So then we're going to put in parentheses the then, since I'm not going to actually write in my sentence. This is just the portion of the summary we're covering. When she stopped eating lima beans, she all of a sudden came down with a very strange illness nobody could figure out how to cure. So we're showing the progression of this is becoming the problem because she wanted to fit in. So as she's trying to fit in, she's suddenly having all of these reactions to trying to be someone who she's not. We're going to then continue to write her skin changed color and designs to match her surroundings. She visited many doctors and experts, period. And then we're getting into our last sentence of the summary. We're going to use the word finally, actually in the sentence, but we're also going to include that in the parentheses to show this is the final solution. So finally, an old woman appeared with a possible cure. Comma, lima beans. And the last sentence we're going to write is when Camilla ate them, she was finally cured and back to her normal self. So you can see that a summary is not going to be just 1 or 2 sentences, that even a picture book has a well-developed summary by following the words for the somebody wanted, but so then finally. So we were able to introduce who the character was, what the character wanted, that then showed what kind of problem that they might have encountered. Then we were told possible solutions, or what was happening as a result of the problem. And then at the end, we were coming to a conclusion or some sort of solution. Remember, solutions don't always have to be a good solution or a happy ending, but there's some sort of resolution to what the character was encountering. So remember that today with our example, what was in the parentheses is just making sure that you as a student are understanding where we're referencing these sections. You don't always have to use the exact words in the summary, but you may, to make sure that you are following, that you're including everything you're supposed to. So today for reading, you should take a picture of your completed summary, following what Mrs. Ling's written exactly word for word, so you have an example for you. And then you're going to now go take your reading comprehension test on a slice of summer.